Welcome back to Linnell Gymnasium for the second game of this Hoops for Hope doubleheader between the Thornton Academy and Scarborough boys. I'm Cole Purvis alongside Troy Bolduc. Glad you could join us here on TATV. Troy, a huge matchup today as Thornton Academy comes in on a 7-game losing streak. They've lost 8 out of 9, but could pick up some major heel points tonight with a win over a Scarborough team that comes in at 10-2.
Yeah, Scarborough beat TA pretty convincingly when they played just a couple weeks ago. So we'll see if TA can keep this more competitive tonight. TA had a tough time last week when they played big man Chris Simmons from Falmouth. And they're going to be playing some tall players tonight from Scarborough. Their tallest being the sophomore Spencer Booth, who's 6'9". So TA doesn't really have somebody perfect to match up against him. So we'll see how that matchup goes.
Thornton Academy's been through a gauntlet recently with some really, really tough opponents, but it doesn't change the fact that they've had a lot of issues. However, tonight an opportunity to really turn things around. A team that's turned the ball over a lot, has not scored the ball at a high rate, has not shot the ball well, but they have been dealing with some injuries and sicknesses recently, and the last time out against Scarborough, they lost by quite a bit. It was a 25-point Red Storm win in that game. However, TA was out without 2 starters. Josh Ney and Trey Eldred did not play in that game. They'll be back tonight. So some optimism for the Trojans going into this game. Just finished it up the first end of the doubleheader with the girls basketball team for Thornton Academy losing to Cheverus 62-44. Maddie Fitzpatrick for Cheverus picked up her 1,000th point in that game. As we listen to our PA announcer, Mr. Ken Levinsky, announcing the starting lineups tonight. I want to thank our entire crew here on TATV, Josh Pulsifer, the producer, Abe Huff on the camera, and Zach Taranko doing a great job on our sideline camera.
Boys basketball, Scarborough High School, number 1, Nate Glidden.
And Scarborough, they've taken an incredible leap this year. They've returned virtually all their impact players from last year. Their young guys have matured. They were 6-12 last year, lost in the regional semifinal to eventual champion South Portland after upsetting Gorham on the road in the quarterfinal round. And it's really not a clear number 1 option for them. It's Spencer Booth who can put the ball in the basket. Liam Jeffords has been great. Liam Garaby, who's a 6'5" forward who can really score the ball. Blake Harris, Carter Blanche. So they have a really, really complete team. Thornton Academy, of course, led by Wyatt Benoit. Josh Valley, also a great offensive player. So we'll see if the Trojans are able to pick up a win tonight as an underdog. Thornton Academy starting lineup: Wyatt Benoit, Simon Gellis, Josh Ney, Trey Eldred, and Josh Valley.
Number 24, Josh Valley.
And for Scarborough, 10 wins. They've come really close to a couple of other teams, came within single digits to both Gorham and Windham. Those are likely the 2 best teams in all of AA. So a really, really impressive first 12 games for them, and the Trojans are going to have their handful here from Linnell Gymnasium. Again, you can visit www.hoopsforhopemaine.com to donate and buy your apparel. Lots of great raffles went on tonight out in the Linnell Gymnasium lobby, and a huge fan section on hand. Big crowd here at Linnell to watch the boys basketball team take on the Scarborough Red Storm in the nightcap. We will not have a national anthem in this one. It was played before the girls' game. So the tip will be between Josh Valley, who faces a mismatch here against the 6'9" sophomore Spencer Booth. Fan section on their feet. We're ready to go here from Linnell Gymnasium. Cole Purvis and Troy Bolduc with you for the call of this one. Glad you could join us for game number 13 of the regular season for Thornton Academy. Booth wins the tip. Carter Blanche will control, and the Storm will have the ball first. Booth out at the top of the key. Finds Garapi, the 3-pointer, nearly banked it in. Glidden, the offensive rebound, uses his physicality inside. It's no good. Benoit on the glass. They'll pitch it ahead quickly to Ney. Ney surveys, finds Valley. Valley guarded by Carter Blanche. That's a matchup he's going to look to take advantage of. Benoit a good shot fake on Glidden. Drives the lane, kicks it out. Valley inside with Blanche on him. Kicks it to Eldred. The three-pointer is off the bracket. Rebound tapped around, taken by Garapi. Glidden in transition goes up at Ney and scores. Nate Glidden, the senior, who is also the quarterback on the football team, starts the scoring for the Red Storm. These two teams played back on January 4th. That was a 25-point Red Storm win. But again, Trey Eldred and Josh Ney did not play in that game. Gillis, open three, off the rim. No good, and a foul called on the rebound as Carter Blanche is on the glass for the Storm.
Some pretty good ball movement so far from TA on their first two possessions. I like that they're distributing the ball, trying to find the open look. They've had two decent looks from three. Neither one have dropped.
Trojans coached by Mike Nelson in his first year of his second stint with the program. Coached them back in the early 2000s. He's a great coach, but it's certainly been a struggle for this team over the past month or so. Turnover off the hands of Booth. And Scarborough's going to set up a press. This has just become so common in Maine high school basketball, the full court press. We've seen an increase in it this year, and the Trojans turn the ball over. Glidden, and one. Nate Glidden will head to the line to look to complete a three-point play. He's got all 4 points in this one.
Yeah, from that girls game we just watched, we saw they had a hard time against that full court press that Chevrolet was putting on them. So far, TA boys off to kind of a tough start against the Scarborough full court press.
Nate Glidden, as you can see, just kind of likes to bully his way downside in the paint. Gained a lot of good experience as a junior last year and a big start of the Red Storm attack this year. Misses the free throw, it'll stay 4-0. Benoit off a Valley screen. Retreats, he's got Spencer Booth on him. The big weakness for Thornton Academy has been the three-point shooting. They make about 3.5 per game, which has just not been up to the standard when you think about how good these teams have been shooting this year. Valley from beyond the arc, can't connect. Josh Ney the rebound. Eldred a shot fake, drives on Garapi, spins in the lane, looks to turn around. Tao in front of that TA fan section, can't connect. Rebound tapped around and taken by Liam Jeffords. The Trojans struggling to put the ball in the basket. It's like they have all this past month. Garapi the drive. Physicality in the lane. Rebound tapped around, taken by Glidden, who scoops it in and one. Thornton Academy unable to come up with the rebound, and Scarborough takes advantage.
What a start by Glidden so far in this game. He's got all 6 points, all on layups. This is his second and one layup, looking for his 7th point here.
Thornton Academy just has not been good enough defensively, offensively, anywhere on the floor you look. Unable to corral a rebound there. Second and third chance opportunities for Scarborough. And they've really got to step it up if they want to do anything this season. About 3 minutes into this one, Benoit will launch a three. He's got it. Wyatt Benoit breaks the ice, a three-pointer.
So far this season, we've seen Benoit's ability to shoot the ball. He's got a quick trigger, and he has the ability to take shots, even when he seems like he's contested.
Booth trying to bully his way inside, and a foul is called on Shiloh Tao. Mike Nelson doesn't like the call. Wyatt Benoit coming off a 21-point performance versus Portland. He averages 21 on the year. And now Spencer Booth at the line. Big things coming for this kid. He's just a sophomore. Stands at 6'9" and such a skilled post player. He can also shoot the ball as he knocks down his free throw. One of the tallest players in all of AA. I believe the tallest. So a matchup nightmare for any team that the Storm face. He'll set up the press. Josh Valley fouled by Carter Blanche. Scarborough coached by Phil Conley, who's in his 8th year. Their signature win last year was in the quarterfinal round when they went on the road in the 6-3 matchup and took down the Gorham Rams. at their home court. Josh Ney looks to beat the press. Spins across the timeline. It's stolen by Glidden. Deflected by Ney. Back into the hands of Glidden. Now to Booth. Jeffords to Blanche. Scarborough, a young team. Booth inside. Missed the layup. Eldred's on the glass for TA. Benoit, change of pace. In the lane, goes up. Misses it. And it's going to stay with TA off the hands of Glidden. The floor has been a factor these past couple of weeks. They are redoing it on Monday, I believe. So next time we have a game here at Linnell Gymnasium, it will be a much better quality as you see some of the players slipping. It seems to be this side of the court where TA is right now. That seems to be most of the issue as they turn the ball over. 8-3, Zach Nelson checks into the game. Coach Nelson calls a timeout. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. Cole Purvis, Troy Bulldog, Josh Pulsifer, Abe Huff on the camera, Zach Taranko on the sideline cam. Jeff Christianberry somewhere around here taking some pictures. And we want to remind you that tomorrow at 5:50 p.m. we will have another TATV broadcast live from the Biddeford Ice Arena as the boys hockey team takes on the Biddeford Old Orchard Beach Massabesic Co-op. Boys hockey team's having a great year. They're the defending state champs. They've only lost one game. That came a couple of days ago on the road against Lewiston. So definitely tune in for that one. And that game against Deering, the boys basketball game that was supposed to be on Tuesday, is being postponed because of the floor makeover. So the next game slated right now would be a boys and girls doubleheader this coming Thursday against Gorham. Blanche from the corner rattles in. A lucky roll for Carter Blanche, the sophomore. Ney inside, goes to work on Glidden, kicks it out to Eldred, contested three, no good. Tao jumping for the rebound, Glidden comes away with it. Jeffords drives the lane, finds Booth, goes up through contact, missed it off the hands of Benoit. Jeffords the rebound, lays it up and in, and quickly a 10-0 lead for Scarborough. And 5 seconds called. Embarrassing start for TA. And you can just sense the frustration starting to build up. They've lost 8 out of their last 9 games, 7 in a row, and just cannot fall down by a lot here in this first quarter. Glidden misses, Benoit the rebound. In front of a big crowd, want to put on a show and try and win this game, but so far has not been what they've wanted it to be. Down low to Eldred, has it poked away by Glidden, and Glidden just out hustling everybody right now. Blake Harris checks into the game. Garapi slipped and kept his dribble somehow. Nice job by Garapi, who drives inside and gets fouled. Scarborough out hustling TA. They've been better in every phase of the game so far. Liam Garapi at the line, shooting 2. Garapi's been a stud this year, missed much of last year with an injury, but he's back in a big way. Had 11 points in their recent win against South Portland. Averages 12.2 per game. That game against South Portland, Scarborough held on to win by 5, despite being up by 18 at the half. Garapi 1 for 2 from the stripe. And just the Wyatt Benoit basket is all that TA has right now. Gellis has to chuck it up ahead to Brady Kiesel. At this point, they've just got to get Wyatt Benoit to take as many shots as possible. Benoit refuses the screen. Looks for a step back 3, instead dumps it inside to Eldred. Can't finish. Rebound, good. Trey Eldred with 2.
Nice feed there from Benoit. Eldridge misses the first one, but he's able to get the rebound and put it in for 2. Nice second effort there.
Blanche at the controls for the Storm. Glidden inside to Garapi. Goes up at Gellis through contact. Can't get the roll. And a good no call by the officials. 9-point Red Storm lead. It's 14-5. Benoit drives on Booth. Here's Kiesel. He'll step out. Glidden has a big job defensively guarding Wyatt Benoit, who's really TA's only offensive option. Josh Valley not in the game right now. He's seen some production as well. Eldred, wide open three. Can't connect. Harris on the other end. Misses the layup. We'll see who they give it to. It's going to stay. Or no, it's going to go the other way. But with Thornton Academy just not able to hit threes and going cold seemingly every game, it's just so hard to win in this day and age when everybody is shooting the ball at a high rate. This team just hasn't been able to keep up. A push called on Blake Harris. So both the Thornton Academy boys and the girls team have quite a challenge against the press tonight. 1 minute to go in the first on the nightcap of this Hoops for Hope doubleheader. Benoit down low, tries to finish through contact, cannot. Garapi the board.
I like the idea there, but I think that pass was just a little bit late. There was a window for Wyatt Benoit to try and get that reverse layup. As I mentioned, the pass a little bit late, so he's not able to get quite as open a look.
And as long as Benoit's shooting the ball, that's what Thornton Academy needs. No shot clock in Maine High School basketball, so Scarborough, who got this ball with about 50 seconds to go, looks to be holding for last shot here. You can't blame them for doing that. Up by 9 in a well-played first quarter. 10 seconds. Blanche, the drive on Gellis, kicks it to Garapi. Straightaway three is butter. Benoit looking to inbound to Nelson. Full court heave isn't going to go. And after the first quarter, it's a 17-5 Red Storm lead. They've been all over the court, offensively, defensively, and beating the Trojans in all phases of the game so far. We'll be back after this quick break on TATV. Back here for the second quarter on TATV. Hoops for Hope, game number 2. Scarborough has a 17-5 lead over Thornton Academy in the first quarter. Wyatt Benoit and Trey Eldred, the only players on the board for Thornton Academy. And 5 points in a quarter. It's unacceptable for a team that needs to be better offensively. As we start a fresh new 8 minutes, hopefully Thornton Academy can cut the deficit before the halftime break.
Yeah, I mean, TA's had a couple open looks, whether it be three-pointers or two-pointers. They just haven't quite dropped.
Gellis on the wing, back up top to Kiesel. He'll swing it around to Benoit. Scarborough in a little bit of a zone look, it appears here. TA's dealt with the zone against multiple teams. Nelson goes up at Booth, dumps it off to Benoit. Layup in and out and back in. Wyatt Benoit has 5 points and a nice finish over the 6'9" Spencer Booth.
Yeah, that's a tough finish. As you mentioned, 6'9". He's got to get over a 6'9" frame.
Booth on the catch, kicks it out. Jeffords a three, off the iron. Booth using his size to his advantage on the offensive glass. Garapi feeds it down low. A nice deflection by Nelson. Kiesel goes diving towards the sideline. It's unfortunate with a nice hustle play like that for TA. Still doesn't result in a change of possession. Scarborough's dominated Thornton Academy so far in the last game and this one. But last year was a much different story as TA beat Scarborough by 42 points at Scarborough and then 21 again here at Linnell Gymnasium. Blanche from the corner, he's got it. Carter Blanche with another three. His second of the game. 20-7 is the score. Benoit looks to answer, cannot. Off the front rim, Nelson the offensive rebound, goes to work on Glidden, gets the roll. Nice job by Zach Nelson, the 6'4 junior, playing the post for Thornton Academy. He's really one of the more underrated players on this team, does all the dirty work for them. Garapi goes up on Eldred, kicks it out. Glidden, a nice shot fake on Ney. One dribble pull up, can't connect, and a foul called on Spencer Booth. Benoit's got 5 for TA, Eldred and Nelson with 2 apiece. Glidden has 6, he had the first 6 points of the game. Garapi has 4, Jeffords has 2, Blanche with 6, and Booth with 2. Valley at the elbow. They'll try to run the offense through him on this possession. TA down by 11. Ney, straightaway 3. Off the back iron. Rebound bounces up into the air. A nice job by Josh Valley leaping to make the grab. Valley's been excellent for TA as of late. Very decisive on the offensive side of the ball. TA trying to beat this zone by being patient, moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to get the best shot possible. Milking a lot of clock on this possession. Eldred, good catch by Valley. Valley working on Glidden. Long possession for TA. We'll see if they can get the shot that they want. Benoit, the drive on Glidden, puts it up, a floater off the window, and a nice touch by Wyatt Benoit.
TA's patience pays off. I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, that was a very long offensive possession.
But they got points out of it, so you can't complain. That's what's going to happen when you have no shot clock. Up top to Booth. Booth inside. Misses the layup, goes back up, and missed again. Booth hasn't been great finishing so far. He's got the height advantage over everybody. But the Trojans able to live to see another day, trying to cut it into this 9-point deficit. Benoit for 3 in front of the fan section. He missed. Blanche, nice job moving without the ball by Carter Blanche. They're going to call a foul on Benoit. Or a foul on Scarborough, rather. So TA will have the ball. Kind of what we saw from the girls' game. TA losing by a lot in the early going and then started to climb their way back into it. But it's been the thing all season for both teams, is just poor first quarters, or really poor first 4 minutes. They haven't been able to dig themselves out of those holes. Valley with a nice shot fake on Glidden. Kicks it to the corner. Gillis, a 3. He rattles it in. Simon Gillis, coming off a 12-point performance versus Portland, has his first points there.
Nice corner 3 by Gillis. As Cole, you mentioned earlier in this broadcast, TA has struggled in making 3-pointers. So a nice 3 by Gillis there.
And a steal on the defensive side of the ball. Nice work down low by Josh Valley. Benoit drives through traffic, dumps it off for Nelson, who's swatted away by Glidden. Timeout called by Phil Conley. Coach Nelson will talk things over with his team, settling things down a little bit. 20-14 our score with 2:59 to go in the first half. And I want to mention that in the third quarter of this game, Eric Marston, former head coach of the girls basketball team, will join us for an interview. Him and his family started this event back in, I don't know how long it's been, but it's probably been about close to 10 years. Somewhere around there. It always brings out a great crowd. As I mentioned in the girls broadcast, it's been the Gorham boys and girls teams that have played in this game as TA's opponents the past couple of years, but now it's Scarborough for the boys and Cheverus for the girls. I remember in that Gorham boys game last year, Gorham was out to like a 15-point lead in the first half, and Will Davies and company slowly chipped into that and came away with a convincing win. Here's Benoit with Glidden on him. Nelson, straightaway three. Can't get the roll. But I like the three-point shots that Thornton Academy is taking. They look a little bit better on offense these last couple of minutes. Booth on Nelson, turnaround jumper, he's got it. Booth has 4 points. Gillis inside to a wide open Zach Nelson. And although Booth didn't block the shot, he definitely interfered with it. Benoit inside, nice play. Benoit spins in the lane and gets two.
What a finish by Wyatt Benoit.
That is just so skilled right there. The spin and the tough finish, high off the glass, off balance by Wyatt Benoit. The level of difficulty of that, 10 out of 10. Cross-court pass, Glidden, a shot fake, kicks it. A three ball by Harris, way off the mark. Benoit, baseball pass, Nay, left open for three, it's short. Rebound taken by Valley. Valley to Gillis, thought about a three, doesn't take it. Drive, slips, goes up, and tough by Simon Gillis there.
But again, that court playing a little bit of defense too.
Josh Valley swipes it away. Valley in transition behind the back, somehow held onto the basketball. Tell you, someone on TA who's playing with a lot more confidence recently is Simon Gillis, coming off 12 points versus Portland at a couple of three-pointers. Has one in the early going here. Benoit in and out. Valley tracks down the offensive board, tries to keep it in. It's going to go Scarborough's way. Kind of an awkward play there. Ball just rolled on the ground and nobody picked it up. Sam Nelson and Trey Eldred will sub into this game. Nelson, a good perimeter defender for TA. The son of head coach Mike Nelson, as is Zach. Here's Blanche, looking to make a move, well defended by Gillis. And they're gonna call a push foul. The difference between Scarborough from last year to this year is just their physicality. They're just playing with a lot more authority this year, and they believe they're the better team. Last year they were much younger, much more inexperienced. They have 8 seniors on this team this year, and another push foul is called. I believe this one's going to go on Eldred. That's Eldred's first. Just the second team foul on TA. Blake Harris drives on Benoit. Booth trying to muscle his way inside. It's deflected. Gillis out of the pack. Drives down the middle. Feeds it to Benoit. Off balance shot is good. Wyatt Benoit. 11 points. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Carter Blanche. 4-point game, 22-18. Scarborough on top of Thornton Academy. The Storm 10-2, 6-1 in Class AA South. TA trying to snap a 7-game skid. Blanche hits the deck. Booth, good pass down low. Glidden up top. Garapi, 5 seconds. Garapi inside, puts up a floater at the horn, he's got it. At the end of the first, it was Garapi with a buzzer beater, and he does it again. A floater puts Scarborough up by 6 at the half. 24-18 is where we stand. We'll be back for some halftime thoughts, and we'll be joined by Coach Marston in the third quarter here on TA TV. here for the second half on TATV. Scarborough has a 24-8 lead over Thornton Academy here in the back end of this Hoops for Hope doubleheader. The nightcap has been a good one. Thornton Academy dug themselves in an early hole, but came back to only trail by 6 at the half. So we'll see if they can take some of that momentum into the third quarter. I'm joined by Mr. Eric Marston, the former girls basketball coach here at Thornton Academy, and him and his family started this Hoops for Hope fundraiser about 10 years ago or so. Is that right?
It's 2015-16 season.
All right, so it's been a while. Last time you were on here, it was Cal Cristoforo and Jack Webb. So you finally have the A team with you.
I was going to say, hopefully you'll treat me a little better than those boys did. That was quite a showing.
Glidden starts the scoring for Scarborough. He's got 8 points on the night, and Booth deflects it out of bounds. What does this night mean to you, though? This is a huge night for you and your family. What does it mean to be back, even though you're not coaching this year, still putting on this fundraiser?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, seeing the sea of pink and all the fans that come out to support not just the teams, but also everything we're trying to do here and paying it forward and being part of this, great event. It's great to see every year we have just a tremendous turnout, and this year was no exception.
Here's Benoit at the controls for TA. 8-point lead for Scarborough. They will drive another long possession for TA. They're really taking their time to try and get the best shot possible. Eldra down low, kicks it out. Good ball movement. Nay, a corner three, too strong, and Glidden the rebound. So you stopped coaching girls basketball last year. I got to ask you, what was your favorite part of your run as girls basketball coach?
Oh, I mean, so many different, single events that happen. But I mean, I think just in general, the memories, in the relationships developed with the players and the teams. We had some true families that were basketball teams, and I was just reminiscing a little bit with Ashley Howe's parents across the way, Steve and Cheryl, and we were going over some of the things from the 2014-15 season, and that was the year Nancy was diagnosed, and the team really came together and rallied around her, and that was our great run to the state final, and just so many great memories along the way. But again, it's all about the relationships built with the kids. It's we still text back and forth as with some of those players, and it's pretty special.
And some of the current players on the girls team now, you coached last year, most notably Addison Sulikowski, Kayla Blank, Kylie Lamson. What can you say about them and what they meant to you as a coach?
Oh, again, super close-knit group. They each bring something different to the table, and they're different personalities, but they find a way to kind of all gel despite being extremely different, and they all do different things on the basketball court as well. They bring different skill sets. Obviously it's not having Kylie out there is a big difference maker for sure, and so I think when she comes back, you're going to see an even better group out there.
What Kylie did last year as a freshman, have you seen anything like that so early in the high school career?
I mean, not personally. I mean, there's been obviously some players around the state that have done that, but the impact that she made, and I think that she's just the thing that surprises people, I think, the most is she's just an incredible scorer.
Yeah.
She controls the game obviously as a point guard. But she is just such a shot maker, particularly around the rim for somebody that's not exceptionally tall. She just finishes so well inside amongst the trees, and obviously she can do what she can do from outside. Shoots the three exceptionally well. This game last year, she
came
went
out
off
firing.
Yeah, and then on senior night, she mistakenly thought it was freshman night and almost put up a 30-piece.
I remember that actually.
Yeah.
So many good seniors on last year's team, but she was, I think, the leading scorer in that game.
Yep.
Booth down low, can't hit on the layup, rebound. He'll get fouled and go to the line for 2. Scarborough's opened up a 10-0 lead. TA still yet to score in the third quarter. What do you think of this game, though? It's been a tough couple weeks or so for TA.
I really think that they're doing the right things. It's just, like that last possession we just saw a few possessions ago, rather. they possessed the ball for a while. They moved the ball around. They passed one more, got an open look from the corner. It just didn't go down. They did everything right, but just, the shot didn't fall. So, I'm hoping they're not getting discouraged and they just keep their head up and keep playing hard, because I think good things are going to happen if they just, stay the course here.
I mean, everybody makes the playoffs, so everybody's got a chance.
Exactly.
Valley inside, swatted away by Booth. Tow's on the offensive glass, goes up, can't hit. Rebound tapped around and finally taken by Blanche.
Kind of what we were just talking about there.
Blanche downhill, rejected by Tao and Eldred. Couple defenders in there for TA. Brady Kiesel will check into the game. And Coach Nelson's such a great coach. I just think the thing that's hurt them is the lack of three-point shooting.
Right, and I was in there collecting the Hoops for Hope stuff from them the other night, and I said to the players, I said, listen, like you just said, Cole, everybody makes a tournament, and we have had situations with our girls team where we were one of the best three-point shooting teams in, the state, and the Civic Center is a totally different place, and, sometimes it's a little more difficult to shoot there, and if you're a three-point shooting team and you're not hitting that night, and so that's why I said, they're not particularly consistent from three, our boys, and that's okay, I think, once the tournament comes, because the paint wins in the tournament for sure, and if you can play an inside-out game, and not to mention, they probably won't have as much pressure on them as the team that they're playing, so, that could work to their advantage as well.
Exactly. I talked to Coach Nelson the other week, and he said we just got to win that first playoff game, and then we go to the Cross Insurance Arena, where the three-point teams tend to crumble sometimes.
Right. And I heard you in the last broadcast say a few times that they're making more free throws than the other team shoots, which is just that's a stat that
Big
you
thing.
absolutely want to have.
Let's talk about the raffles a little bit. So many raffle baskets out there. If you were to put all your tickets into one, what's your favorite?
I'll tell you what,
favorite basket.
The Yeti cooler that the Gaudette family donated was pretty awesome out there. The Ray family donated some Celtics 4-pack and some live lobsters. I mean, there was some sensational prizes out there that I would have. I didn't put any in there because I think it probably looked like it was rigged if I came out walking out with the Yeti cooler and the lobsters.
How about the guy donating the Celtics tickets and then he wins them?
I felt like that I wasn't supposed to draw again or something. I wasn't sure exactly what to do, but pretty cool. It's deserving.
Benoit misses the three, and Shiloh Tao. Jump ball is called. Spencer Booth just finished off a three-point play for Scarborough.
Replaces Nate Liddon.
Has it been weird at all to watch the TA girls this year not being on the sidelines? What's it been like to see them play?
Yeah, obviously you got, the same faces for the most part that, you've seen, and obviously some younger kids coming up, that I coached at little kids camp and things before. So seeing some of those same kids, that part seems normal. It's just like when I'm watching them from the stands versus the sideline, it's just, completely different. But, they're playing hard. And as I said, I think, once they get all the pieces back together, Kate looked like she's taking a step in the right direction as far as coming back from her injury. And you get Kylie healthy, and there's no telling how good that team can be.
Wyatt Benoit's got 13 for TA to lead them, 32-22. Booth for three off the back iron. Pablo Nieto into the game for the first time, gets the board. Benoit steps into a three and knocks it down. Wyatt Benoit cooking here in the third. Timeout called by Coach Conley with 2:44 left to go in the third quarter. It's an 11-point game. That helped the Coach Marston plus minus there. Came in, TA was up 6. Now it's 11. So the Coach Marston plus minus is still in the minus here, but that's okay.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I was like, I think I'm minus.
Again, visit www.hoopsforhopemaine.com to buy some apparel and donate to the cause. This is the second game of the Hoops for Hope doubleheader. I'm joined by Coach Eric Marston, the former coach of the boys basketball team. And we're going to have a word from Jeff Christianberry.
Oh, look out.
How you doing? This is Jeff Christianberry. I wanted to ask you a quick question, Eric. about Coach Nelson. So when I was in high school here, you were the JV coach for the boys. Mike Nelson was the head coach. What was he like to work with? I mean, obviously he's got so much success coming back now after so many years out of it. But what is it about him that you see in practice, especially, that sets him apart for other coaches in Class AA?
Well, his knowledge of the game is off the charts, and his ability to scout and prepare for other teams. That's why I think that a tournament run, no matter what the record says right now, is totally possible because, I coached with him a couple of years in Skowhegan as well before coming down, before he became the head coach down here. And I've just never seen a coach so well prepared. And, his practices are obviously very intense. They're, game oriented. Everything that they're doing is done towards, what they're going to, expect and they're going to do in a game. They practice at a level that they plan to play at. And, again, I just think that combination of those factors still makes this team very dangerous despite, the streak that they're on here, unfortunately.
And lastly, about the Hoops for Hope, talk about the relationship that you've had with the opposing coaches. Obviously, Billy Goodman, you've coached with him for a long time. As you mentioned during your pregame announcements, it's a hassle, right? You do these warm-ups, you stop for about 10 minutes. For the other team, you want to be fair to them. But it seems like you've had nothing but positive experiences with the coaches that you've worked with. And for them and their team, what do you think being part of this night helps? It's a regular season game. It's the middle of just January. It's not a playoff game. So what does that feel like that you hear from those coaches?
Yeah, that's a great question because I've always felt slightly guilty, because it typically ends up being a pretty big game, the way that it falls in the season and the team that we play against. And so I hate to, try to ruffle feathers by, doing this, but everybody, I think that's kind of touching upon what Cole was talking about, like the memories and stuff. It's not so much about the wins and losses as much as it is about people, coming together for something like this that's bigger than basketball. And, they all realize that, they're part of something bigger than themselves. And, Coach Goodman's super gracious. We played Coach Berthium numerous times in this game from Gorham. And everybody, is super respectful, and the whole time that I'm announcing the players, all the opposing players all clap and cheer for the teams or the players that are raising money, and it's I think that honestly they feel that it's cool for them to be a part of it as well. Right. To participate in the event.
Yeah, you mentioned. I'll ask one more before we get back to Cole here. You mentioned Gorham. The state was abuzz last couple weeks with Cooper Flagg in town, but Gorham had Mackenzie Holmes, and you had to coach against her a few times. She's had such an incredible, career at Indiana. Could be a WNBA player in the future. What has it been like seeing her go from the courts that we played on here to the biggest, All-American? What was she like in high school to try to coach against?
Yeah, well, our record wasn't particularly good against
Mackenzie. I remember that correct
Mackenzie
too.
And crew.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thing that has been really neat to watch is that she's kind of the same player. As far as, obviously she's better now than she was in high school, but the things that she does, the moves that she makes, she's making the same type of moves that she made in high school, but she's just obviously more polished now. Made me feel, a little bit better about the fact that she used to dominate us the way that she did if she's dominating the Big Ten. So
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool to see that and see these Maine high school products, boys and girls, take that next step. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, Nick Cantor-Medley was here, but since then, you really haven't seen those dominant players.
Right.
But we'll see what happens here. We get the last 9 seconds of this quarter. Thornton Academy down by 10. As we see a foul, it's going to be a player control foul going the other way. Any last thoughts on this night? I mean, I know you don't have a final number yet.
Yeah,
but you'll have that in the next few days.
Yeah, the next few days. Like I said, this is the fact that the kids themselves raised $19,000.
Insane.
And the I think the night overall.
Oh! Ends with a bang, or at least the third quarter does. Zach Nelson with the half-court shot that brings them within 7 points. So. I mean, there's nowhere else we can finish that. But
absolutely.
You want to finish your thought here about the night?
19,000 from the kids. The night will probably bring over $30,000. I can't even tell you the amount of good that does for the people in the community. New England Cancer Specialists, Madeline's, hair replacement, local families, and over $200,000 now since we started this. It's just mind-boggling. And again, I hope people take a minute to read some of the things that are posted online and some of the testimonials, and that's what makes it really special. And these kids have embraced that, and they realize that every dollar helps. I love seeing the sponsor sheets that have like 20 different sponsors on there, $5 here, $20 here, some great stories. I've told this story throughout the night, is that a little fourth grader, or fourth or fifth grader, Bella Laughlin, I'm reading her sponsor sheet, and I see her name on it with $100, and I was like, there's no way she donated $100 of her money. And turns out she asked to go to the bank, took out $100 out of her own bank account, and donated it. And that's what this all means.
Really cool. Well, Coach Eric Marks, we want to appreciate your time coming on here, and thanks for all that you do for TA and obviously Hoops for Hope tonight. Hopefully we get a win. We got Stan Ruff in the house for you tonight too. I mean, we can't lose.
We got the momentum, as Stan would say. Lay up.
All right, back to Cole and Troy now.
All right, we want to thank Coach Marson and Jeff Christianberry. The second I hand him the mic, we get a buzzer beater. What's up with that? I've been wanting to call one of those all year. The second I hand it to him, we get one. That's ridiculous. Shout out to Zach Nelson from half court. 7-point game as we head to the fourth. 10 seconds in, 39-32. Thornton Academy with the momentum with that shot. This game's certainly within reach for them, and they get the ball here, trying to cut into that. Meanwhile, Wyatt Benoit's got 18 points to lead all scorers. Here's Blanche on a steal. Feeds Glidden, running to his right, goes up strong, missed the layup. Booth comes crashing down, ball out of bounds, TA ball. And it looks like Spencer Booth is down on the floor. Tony Giordano will come out to check on him. Took a hard fall, hopefully he's okay. One more time, it's there on the scoreboard, www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. And we are going to take a quick break here on TA TV and be back in a moment. Back here on TA TV, Spencer Booth took a hard fall, but he's able to walk it off, so glad that he appears to be okay. Meanwhile, 39-32 is our score. It's been a low-scoring game, 7:29 to go in this back end of the Hoops for Hope doubleheader. We're just joined by Coach Marston, former head coach of the girls basketball team, and Jeff Christianberry stepping on the mic for a couple minutes there. Want to shout out Zach Taranko, who's been doing a great job on our sideline camera all night. And again, we want to plug tomorrow night at 5:50 p.m. We'll be at the Biddeford Ice Arena for the boys hockey matchup versus Boom, the Biddeford Old Orchard Massabesic boys hockey team. And what was supposed to be our alumni broadcast with Cal Cristoforo and Jack Webb on Tuesday has been postponed due to the floor makeover here at Linnell Gym. Inside to Eldred, nice move with the left hand off the glass, can't get it to fall. Jeffords tracks down the rebound. Garapi, nice baseline drive, now retreats. Blanche inside to Braden Kuchar. Blanche from distance, off the iron. Just over a minute into this fourth quarter. Benoit changes speeds. Tough turnaround jumper off the front rim. Nelson tried to grab the offensive board, but can't. Jeffords steps into a three and knocks it down. Liam Jeffords makes it a 10-point game. He's got 8 points, 2 3-pointers on the night for the Scarborough senior. Scarborough, I think I mentioned this earlier, but they have 8 seniors on their team, so a lot of experience, and returned basically all their impact players from last year. TA trying to move and cut without the ball. Benoit thought he had an open look, but a nice closeout by Glidden. He'll back it out. 6 minutes to go. Good cut by Benoit to the basket for 2. A great find by Eldred, and Benoit did the rest.
Yeah. Great backdoor cut by Benoit there. As you mentioned, a nice pass by Trey as well. They're very patient again on that possession. We've seen a lot of TA's offensive success coming from when they're patient and waiting for open looks and waiting for good opportunities to score the ball, and there's another one on that last possession there.
Garapi looking to respond, and he does. Nothing but net for Liam Garapi. 12 points for Scarborough's leading scorer on the season. Eldred drops it off for Benoit. Glidden's done a nice job on Benoit all night. Foul called on Eldred. Good to have Stan Ruff back in the stands tonight. It's never truly a Thornton Academy basketball game unless he's in attendance. Gellis to trigger it in for TA. Eldred down low to Benoit. Missed the layup, rebound, missed it, but it'll go to the line. Eldred and Benoit showing some great chemistry these last couple of possessions. It's a 9-point game. Benoit can make it 7 if he knocks down both of these. TA's playing Scarborough close tonight. They played Falmouth close the other night. Falmouth, one of the best teams in Class A.
Blake Harrison for Scarborough replaces Braden Kuchar.
Benoit missed the second end of the free throw. 5 minutes left in this Hoops for Hope doubleheader. It's been a great night with a lot of money donated by the players and fans and everyone in the Thornton Academy community. The Trojans boys basketball team trying to pick up a win tonight. Here's Blanche, kicks it to Glidden. A shot fake, drives to the basket. Glidden scores with the left hand, found an opening, took advantage. Nate Glidden in double figures with 10. He had 6 points in about the first 2 minutes of this game, but cooled off a little bit. Benoit for 3. No good. Rebound finds Sam Nelson, who goes up on Glidden. Can't finish. Rebound tapped around. Garapi stepped on the end line. I think the ref, yeah, he corrected himself. TA ball. Valley backing down Harris. They're going to call a push. Scarborough again, 10-2. Their only losses coming to Gorham and to Wyndham. Those are 2 of the best teams in the whole state. You'll see that they really play as a team. They don't have a super clear #1 option, but they have 3 or 4 players that can really fill it up. Valley from the wing. He's got a 3. Josh Valley cuts it to 9. And by my count, that's his first points of the game. Valley now defending Garapi, and they're going to call a push on him. So again, as of right now, this is subject to change with the floor situation that we have here, but the next TA boys basketball game and the next TA TV broadcast that we'll have is supposed to be this coming Thursday, when the boys and girls basketball teams will both take on Gorham. That Gorham boys team is just a powerhouse this year. Blanche inside gets an easy 2.
Nice hop step there from Blanche. Finds himself wide open for the layup.
Eldred, Thornton Academy trying to respond quickly. Tough reverse layup, can't get it to fall, and with 3.5 minutes to go, Thornton Academy is really going to have to kick it into gear if they want to avoid dropping their 8th straight game. Harris the drive, and they're going to call a foul. So Harris maneuvered into traffic and met Valley and Eldred, but fortunately for him, they call a foul. Blake Harris, the 6'2 senior, one of 8 seniors on the Scarborough team. Pablo Nieto, who like Coach Marson and Mr. Christianberry were on, played some very good minutes. A couple of great offensive rebounds, got a bucket as well. Fed Wyatt Benoit for a good pass. And he's back into the game. He brings an element of size that they don't really have. Standing at 6'6", he's their tallest player. Approaching 3 minutes to go, it's a 13-point game. Gellis finds an opening, fires away at a 3, off the back rim, off the hands of Nieto. Jeffords will push it in transition. Blanche has it deflected by Benoit. Blanche trying to beat Benoit off the dribble, goes up inside, and good help defense by Eldred. And Scarborough calls a timeout. Coach Nelson wanted to travel, so both teams will talk things over. Again, tomorrow, 5:50 p.m., join us at the Biddeford Ice Arena for some boys ice hockey as they take on Boom. And a big rivalry matchup. We've had some TA Biddeford matchups this year that we don't usually see in basketball. The boys team and the girls team played them about a month ago. Both teams coming out on top and trying to make it a clean sweep on the winter sports season. Of course, you have other sports in there too, but in terms of basketball and hockey, Trojans trying to go 3-0 against the Biddeford Tigers. If you look at the Class AA South standings, Gorham, as I mentioned, having a great season. They're first at 10-1. Their only loss coming to Cheverus on the road. This Scarborough team is in second, Sanford third, Deering fourth, South Portland fifth, TA sixth, and Bonnie Eagle sitting at number 7. So if the season ended today, Thornton Academy, as the lower seed, would play against Sanford, who's the number 3. Sanford's a team that they beat by 19 on opening night. I think that would be a big matchup for TA, a game that they could probably win. They would dodge a bullet playing them instead of a team like Scarborough or South Portland or even Deering. Of course, you don't want to sleep on Sanford, but a team that they beat by double digits on opening night definitely seems like a solid matchup for them as opposed to a couple teams that they've been beaten by already. Ball on the floor, picked up by Nieto. 2 minutes to go. Down low to Eldred, and he traveled. Subs into the game for TA, Brady Kiesel, Sam Nelson, Shiloh Tao, and Simon Gellis. Everyone but Benoit will check out. TA will set up a press, but which we don't see from them a ton, but in desperation mode here. Call a foul on Benoit. Shout out to the TA fan section who, despite what appears to be 2 losses, has held out strong the entire night. And to everybody here tonight watching these 2 games, .147 left to go in this one. It appears Scarborough's going to move to 11-2 on the season. Out of bounds, TA ball. New round of subs into the game. TA went with a defensive lineup. Now they'll switch back to some more offensive-minded guys. Benoit off a Nieto screen, drives the lane, has it deflected by Harris. Eldred has to put one up, does, out of control, can't get it to go. Harris ahead of the pack to Blanche. Blanche goes up and he's swatted away, a block by Gellis. Here's Benoit, goes up at Garapi, gets fouled. Benoit misses the first. Rayon Cardi will check into the game for TA, the senior guard. It's a 12-point game with 1:22 to go. Glidden, it's chopped by Sam Nelson.
And with just a minute and 19 seconds left in this game, Scarborough up 12. TA is certainly not in good shape.
A foul on Cardi, who just checked in. Scarborough's going to go 2-0 in the regular season against TA. Last year, they played them twice again, lost by 42 at home, and then came into Linnell Gymnasium and lost by 21. So that shows that just the huge flip from last year to this year, and a lot of that has to do with Will Davies being not a part of the TA program anymore, as well as Braden Camiri and Alicio Marcus. Not a ton of experience this year for TA. But again, like we were talking to Coach Marson about, everybody makes the playoffs, so anything can happen on any given day. Benoit slices to the basket and gets 2. Timeout, Coach Nelson. Again, for the last time, if you want to support Hoops for Hope, you can go to their website at www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. Lots of great apparel. They're selling pink shirts this year, as well as gray. Long sleeves, sweatshirts. You can find them all there. Want to shout out once again our guy, Caden True, one of the most dedicated TATV viewers out there. As well as everybody that watches our broadcasts, of course. Trojans will set up the press, down by 11. Garapi to inbound. Blanche splits a couple of defenders, backs it out. Glidden's just going to hold, and he's fouled by Cardi. That'll be Cardi's second. And the line change will come back into the game for TA. Poor Wyatt Benoit, he's the only one that has to stay out there for this entire time. So the offensive lineup back into the game. The defensive lineup will take a seat. Two for two from the line. Nay from the corner, a three. Can't hit. Garapi the rebound. Thornton Academy was certainly willing to shoot the three tonight, which I think is something that they've improved on, but hitting them has been a different story. They did hit a couple, but not at the rate that you would really like them to. Blanche just dribbling. 20 seconds to go. Scarborough looking to run this out. Getting close to the half-court timeline. 10 seconds. Blanche gets into the hands of Glidden. And that's going to wrap up our Hoops for Hope doubleheader as Thornton Academy drops this one 53-40, and the Scarborough Red Storm will improve to 11-2 on the season. Thornton Academy, after starting out 3-0 and then 4-1, they've now dropped 8 in a row and 9 out of their last 10. And drop another game to a AA South opponent. They're now 3-4 against conference teams. And 0 for 2 on the night for TA boys and girls basketball, but still a great night, a great atmosphere, and lots of money donated to the Hoops for Hope Foundation. So we want to thank everyone that donated and attended the games for a great night. Troy, any final thoughts as we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, a couple tough games for TA, both the girls and the boys, tough losses, but as you mentioned, it is a great event, so I'm glad that we were able to be a part of it, and I'm glad we were able to raise money for a good cause.
The website is right there on our scorebug if you want to visit it. And once again, 5:50 p.m. tomorrow, Thornton Academy boys hockey will take on Boone, Biddeford, Old Orchard Beach, and Massabesic. We will have that game broadcasted for you from the Biddeford Ice Arena, so join us for that one in a game that should be very exciting. I want to thank our entire crew here tonight on TATV, for myself, Troy Bolduc, our cameraman Abe Huff, producer Josh Pulsifer, Jeff Christian Berry getting footage and pictures from the sideline, Zach Taranko on the sideline camera, and Coach Marston for our special guest appearance. I want to thank them all for their contributions to tonight's broadcast. We're going to wrap this up and see you tomorrow night at 5:50 on TATV.